Hello. Hello. Is this the final? Of course. So Brian, how you doing? Let's get up the challenge. So we know what we're looking for. Just casting them. Yeah, I think I'll just cast some of the 2v2s. We'll try to avoid, I think, ones that, well, we took a look at a few yesterday because there's some lower bracket delays, but we'll also try and avoid some of the ones that were already casted on FAF Live because, well, likely people were looking at that. There's no need for overlap, or too much overlap anyway. Right. Who should we look at? What's up, FHI? Let's see. It's handy when, yeah, there we go. It's handy when people are in the chat already. In Aeolus, because then I can find their replays very quickly. Yeah, there's Wesh playing with Priyanachek. Cool. So Priyanachek is, he was the host of the tourney, by the way, and the sponsor. He's 1400 rated, not bad. Wow, Wesh played loads of games after the tournament. And he's played some today as well. Cast the Sweatlord Jagged Appliance. I hear he was clicking all sorts of buttons yesterday. I mean, you know, all my gameplay was covered already yesterday, and also maybe two games on FAF Live of the. How many did we play? 4. So I've been well covered on stream. Didn't get the jagged roast. I'm bad at roasting myself, except like as I'm playing. That's really when you get the roast from me as I'm playing usually, or right at the end of the game. After the fact, not so much. Right, I want to find a good first round game. Oh, well, let's try this thing anyway. This is a map gen 1v1 system failure and freedom, Wi-Fi and Wesh. You only roast yourself during 1v1s. No, that's not true. I mean, generally I care a lot less about games that aren't 1v1. But I definitely roasted myself yesterday. And rightfully so. Thanks for reminding me of that one. Very kind of you. You fucking prick. Alright. So, are we showing the game? No, we're not. Cool. Good stuff. There we go. Now we are. Alright. Why is this thing spazzing out? Look. That's distracting. Alright. Wesh. UEF and Wi-Fi is also UEF, so they both go UEF. Alright. Not a big deal really what faction you have here. You only kind of get to see the preview as you when you're in the lobby, so you don't really you get a decent idea of what the map is. There is a lot. This is a very spammy map, as many map gen maps are. There's a lot of mass here. A lot of it quite far forward. So this slot is certainly much more powerful than this slot here. So it's going to be quite lopsided. I mean, it's very clear to see why this is so much more powerful. Like all of this mass is very easily defendable. Except maybe like these are a bit far forward. But definitely carry slot. And then this is gonna be, there's gonna be a lot of battles here because it's just a huge amount of mass quite close to the middle of the map. Would you rather I remind you of other stuff? I have a list. Well, that's a scary prospect. Scary prospect. I don't think I want to tempt fate there. It sounds potentially very psychologically damaging what you have available to you. Second land for Wi-Fi. Second air for Wesh. I mean, this is quite normal that at least one player will go second air to prevent some serious air abuse from the other team. Both players, like everyone going second land would be very strange. So quite normal. There's also a bit of reclaim to be taken. Decent bit as is normal. I mean, it's not huge, but it certainly is important in the opening when you have mass this close to you that you make use of it. These important patches. Freedom probably overflowing. Bomber from Freedom from his second air factory. He's dodging too much. Oh, he still actually managed to dodge there. I thought he dodged too much. I thought he was going to dodge out and back into range there, but no. He successfully dodged, and now he's not splitting here, so put a lot of effort into saving one NG, and then loses, three. Most of a tank and 2 scout. No, sorry, 4 and a scout. And he's going to lose another one. This bomber has been fantastic so far. Extremely good bomber. And that NG is going to go down as well. So Wesh is in a world of hurt here already from the opening. However, Freedom on the flip side, very slow to get these 4 maxes. And that's going to hurt him. You can see, look, there's already 4 maxes here. And a factory. And P-gens. And their air factory coming up. So Wi-Fi doing better in the expansion. Excellent damage from this tank. 81 mass killed. One kill for the Celine as well. And they're both low HP, which is actually, I always enjoy having low HP tanks because it means that they've done well. So really nice damage from those. And Wesh is suffering. It's only me. How much damage could little old me do? Well, now you're scaring me even more. No one harmless really describes themselves as little old me. Not a one. System is really going to have an uphill battle here, but he's doing pretty well at the opening. Now, his production rather limited. He has 5 land factories, but Wi-Fi is really probably got a lot of mass. Wow, he's got 0 mass. Surprising, actually, that he only have, well, he's only got 5 factories. Yeah, hasn't made use of this reclaim just yet. What's up, Oscar? I've got a list of Ryan's top 10 fails in life. Jesus. So before I said Chad is my enemy, clearly Chad is their own enemy as well. This is clearly not a friendly stream. Still have a 1v1 replay, might enjoy it. It's well emotional, right? Yeah, send me the ID and we will check it out. Now I probably won't watch it today because we have why are all those tanks dead? Did he just blow them up? Did he just control K all of his tanks? Or am I insane? Surely I'm insane. But I'm sure he did. I feel like he just control K'd every tank he had there. No? Yes? Oh my god. Can someone like just go back slightly in the stream and check if that actually happened? Like check the minimap or something. Air is lost now. He's lost loads of HP, forced towards the water. He shouldn't go into the water now, I don't think. He needs to maybe stay around a little bit. But like Wi-Fi just walking through. They do control K. Okay, good. Well, not terrible, but okay. At least I'm not absolutely insane. Well, that is not good. That's quite a bad turn of events. Bro, Jesus, how does that even happen? I actually, like, how, what, why, how'd he do that? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, Wi-Fi was doing all right, but he wasn't going to break through there. He was not going to break through there. Freedom is doing basically better than Wi-Fi without having his opponent control K's tanks. So good job good job Freedom. I feel like some reinforcements could be sent from Wi-Fi's base. He does have 2 Tech 2 mechs about to finish. He has 1 upgraded. He has another one just started, and he's got Tech 2 land. The first player to Tech 2 land, and ooh, a lot of bombers swinging in here and attacking power. Wow. There goes some P-gens. Static anti-air goes up. Where is System? He's just chilling in the water. Wait, what? There's Navy. Why did he build Navy? What the fuck? The naval factory has been reclaimed. I guess that's what System Failure is doing here. He just reclaimed the naval factory. What? Why do you make Navy here? That's insane. No wonder he didn't have such an advantage in the land. But yeah, with Tech 2 Mexos and Tech 2 land, that's very nice for him. I mean, Freedom has one Tech 2 Mex. No Tech 2 land on the way or finished or anything. Wesh looks like he's in serious trouble. He grabs a little bit of reclaim there, probably by accident, probably meant to keep moving. But he will survive anyway. Not enough damage being put out for him to go down. Still actually relatively healthy. Just take a Zooey shot on the way out. And who knows, if he actually tries to kill the frigates, they might pay for themselves. Better to just avoid them and have them do nothing except maybe provide radar. Sending your precious Zooies after them is a big waste of time, as is walking your army into 3 Tech 1 PDs. That's right, 3 Tech 1 PDs. Probably did not have intel and they had just been built, so couldn't see what he was running into, but still quite a costly move, leaving reclaim and basically making these actually worth it. They really should have been a wasted investment. That's way too many PDs, especially when your team has Zooies, or when your enemy has Zooies. It's gonna quickly make Tech 2 on the ACU. I would have expected gun, but no, it's Tech 2. Wi-Fi is making the gun. He's got a very healthy ACU. And there's a T2BD building in the distance, rather slowly. Will it be done in time? Doubtful. Very doubtful. And 1 PD and ACU does not. Well, 1 PC does not. 1 PD does not stop an ACU. Excuse me, let me just remember how to speak English. Pretty important skill when all you're doing is talking. So, finally some support factories are on the way. Pillars defending against a raid. Oh, was that may have been upgrading. Hopefully for Wi-Fi it wasn't, but I suspect it might have been. And here we can clearly see what I was saying about oh shit, you're right. I mean, how the fuck? God damn it. It's his PD. How is he the one building PD in the enemy base? Like, you can't expect me to understand that that's his PD. Yes, there's colors and stuff, but like what? How is he the one building PD in the dude's base instead of the dude? Fuck. Also, he can't shoot this directly, but he can ground fire. Like, place a ground fire order here and then push it over here. But yeah, system failure is doomed, as is Wesh. Nobody helping their teammate at all, which is, you know, pretty interesting. Oh, never mind. There is some help in the form of PDs. That's actually decent help, but Freedom offering no help. He doesn't have Tech 2, so no PDs buildable by him. And he had Tech 2 here, but that HQ is dead. ACU still in the water. He's making gun now. He's gonna need resources from his teammate to make that, though, which he is not getting. And one player is dying faster than the other. And yeah, Wi-Fi is there with help, so doesn't look like Freedom's going to be able to break through. There's pillars. I mean, if they had one shield, it'd be nice to block some shots. But the PDs are the main thing. The pillars are just a little bonus. Also, this guy doesn't have gun. He has Tech 2, so no hopes here of destroying this base. It has been saved, what little is left anyway. The reclaim should be gathered, that's about it. Wesh is sending mass to Wi-Fi, as he really has nothing that useful to build, actually. All he could do is maybe assist with the PDs, which he's doing, and he should be just trying to gather the reclaim. And yeah, game should end pretty soon, as Freedom's base is not going to be easily defended. There is a Tech 2 factory somewhere then. Oh, it's on the front lines, in fact. And yeah, Freedom's going to lose this base now. PD being built as the walls are destroyed, as the gates fall. And yeah, this is it. No defenses for the Tech 2 mexes around here, and no snipe options really. So GG says system. Freedom is going to call GG by walking into a lot of PDs. Now he's being focused, and he will die pretty quick. The system now referencing the control K of all of his units. Yeah, I hate to see it. Janice at the end. Salt in the wound, not applied fast enough. Well, quite an imbalanced map there in terms of the slots, and not sure if the players, well, there wasn't much team play in that game, we'll say. Players were left to their own devices. Okay, let's see. Who should we watch? I didn't see Swackle play at all, so why don't we check out Swackle's games? Although, well, we'll see if it takes long to search. Hopefully not. So, was anyone watching yesterday? Watching my stream, or watching Fav Live, or some of the other people? Who else was streaming, actually? Do you know? Sure, there was a few people. This is taking a long time. God damn it. Let's narrow the search date. Surely that should make it a lot faster. Yes. Okay, here's a game. This should be interesting. My God, guys, where's the chat engagement? You guys just ignoring me. Terrible. Gotta go sleep. Stagnos make stream at bad time. Sorry, Ryan. Good night, my friend. What's up, Adam? Still working. It's more fun when we were enemies. It's okay, we can be enemies. I mean, that's what you want. Chad is my enemy. Don't worry. That hasn't changed, really. But people are paradoxical creatures. Only here while I'm eating lunch. Okay. What's up, Caucasus hand? Okay. The players. Ladder check. Clearly a ladder warrior here. I don't know this guy. Maybe he had a different name before. Actually, let me check that. Let me see if he's in Aeolus. He is. He's playing a game right now. Look at that. Name, history. No, that's basically been his name. Fair enough. We have Espino Toretto Esperanto. We have Swackle. And we have Flying Olsen. So, if you didn't know, this tournament is under 3600. I'm not sure if that's in the... No, it's not in the title. But yeah, it was an under 3600 2v2 tourney, so... That's why you have these kind of teams. His name, yeah, Nikarocek, Ladarocek, Lagarocek. Yes, it's all basically the same. So, we're on the ditch. Now, we considered... Myself and John considered, my teammate, the ditch, and I just didn't want to risk it because I had never seen him play on the ditch. So it's interesting that these guys went for it because it is a big risk because, as I said at some point yesterday, maybe I said it yesterday, but basically the more mass you have available to you in the opening, the bigger of a skill multiplier you have. So a skill gap is going to express itself much more on a map like the ditch than it would on a map like Theta, as a very clear counterexample. So as we can see, if you look at Esperanto here, you can see how he builds his stuff. Very neat, not much walking. I mean, this is not a great way to build pigeons here. What's up, John? It's not actually a great way to build pigeons. But if you compare it to Ladarocek, then it's like a lot of his NGs have been walking around. This is a very bad way of building pigeons on the ditch, for example. Swackle knows what he's doing. He's got a lot of factories already. Not much power, actually, though. We're really low on power, I gotta be honest. He's gonna be annoying to Esperanto with the early bomber. Why is Esperanto in that slot seems bad? This slot is actually better in the opening. Much better in the opening. Now, after the fact, it may be worse later on, potentially, but the opening is stronger here. Because, as you can see, the mass is directly next to you. Now in this slot, you have to go all the way down to here to get the mass. So actually, to play this map properly in 2v2, what you need to do is have the guy in this slot reclaim for both players and send it to this guy so that he doesn't have to send his first engineer to this position. Now he should send one pretty quickly over here, but not the first one. That's It's not worth it. You can just get this guy to reclaim and send the reclaim over. So if they're doing that, then yeah, it'd be better to have Esperanto in this slot. I agree. Played Subcom 1 BL campaigns. Now I tried the ones from FAF and they're so much harder. Yeah, they as John said, as JP said, they default to hard difficulty. The campaigns have been made more difficult on FAF. And yeah, they default to hard apparently. So yeah. Not sure if it's great, but it's how it is on FAF anyway. Don't be afraid to just lower the difficulty to something more manageable. So Esperanto gets a drop off here, but Swackle's already on the move. He's just going to walk over here and he can quickly shoot everything and reclaim the factories. And that problem is solved. There's still this problem, and this one is not one that can be solved so easily. Huge amount of engineers here already. Esperanto decided to invest basically in engineers from the first few factories here rather than tanks, which is fair enough. Now it's really surprising that there's nothing here. Like this should have been a priority for Esperanto. It was not, and just all kinds of fights going on up here. Flying Olsen with a lot of bombers and things. Look at the kills on these guys. 4 kills here, 2 kills here. No kills on that guy, but in a nice position. So this has been denied quite heavily, and there's bombers from Swackle in the main base now. This shit is so annoying. Just invest in static anti-air here. No. Repair that. Mechs. Oh no. Please repair the mechs. No. Oh, he finished it. It's Tech 2. That's pretty lucky. He's losing P-Gens. So look at that. 6 P-Gens go down. Build a static anti-air, my dude. Please. And walk your ACU to here, as Swackle has done. Swackle, you can see... That's, I mean, what? What? Oh my god. Okay, this is actually really smart. I was about to say, why the hell has Swackle not gotten rid of this? He's just standing here farming veterancy. Because Esperanto refuses to turn off his factories. He hasn't realized that he's just feeding vet. I would even stop the bombers. Just keep these going as long as possible. Because look, he's up to 1500 vet now. What the hell? First Tech 2 P-Gen being built now. Not exactly super fast, but faster than Esperanto. He's actually... That's a bit much, isn't it? On the way to Tech 3 land, Tech 3 air, sorry. I think he is getting some overflow potentially, although Lateral check doesn't exactly have an incredible amount of power. I mean, overall, he just builds an anti-air. Build an anti-air. Build an anti-air. It's gonna pay off basically immediately. And build a radar. Like, you can't be losing all these NGs. He has almost no NGs in his base, and build power is what you need to make use of, you know, hundreds of thousands of mass. You're lost without build power. Swackle with the dragged line of Tech 2 P-Gens. Some things are only possible on a map like this. That is one of them. Also, we got some Navy going on. There was a naval factory. It's now dead here. Only if one frigate remains with some nice kills. Flying Olsen is here. He should probably... Yeah, there's no... I mean... he should walk up here and build land factories rather than stand here and build air factories. For sure, this frigate is permanently denying any production from this factory, by the way. He's actually ground firing here. On the spot where the building will be built. Esperanto getting to Tech 3 land. I keep saying land, it's air, of course, as you can see. And he's dropping the plateau at the back. Criminal lack of radars anywhere here. There's still bombers over this base. And he still refuses. Maybe he thinks that it's inefficient or something, or he forgot that they exist, or something. He thinks that this one anti-air will kill everything. Oh my god, he's losing so many engineers. No, it really hurts to watch, actually. When somebody just takes insane damage for no reason at all and refuses to do anything useful about it. It makes me feel psychological pain. And actually sometimes physical pain. T3 land. I like what Esperanto is doing in terms of the tech upgrades. Getting Tech 3 land. I mean, yeah, Swackle's on the way to Tech 3 land as well, but with less assistance, his power production is pretty good, but he's really lacking mass right now, big time. Just can't afford all of this, and he does not even have. Well, no, he does have Tech 2 air, and he's actually on the way to Tech 3 air. Take it back. He can't fit the P-gen here. Well, he could just get rid of this factory, but he can fit it to the left of the factory. Flying Olsen is making gunships. And the most shocking thing, well, I was about to say no one has a Tech 3 Max, but look who it is who's about to get one. It is Flying Olsen himself. Nicely done there. Tech 3 Max, I think that is the first one. Let me just check here. Nice grid here, by the way, already pre-built. Yeah, Swackle's eco is not good. It is not good. Tech 1 Max is here. Not even like fully storaged here at the back either. Doesn't have this max even, nor the reclaim. So overall, Swackle not doing amazing. Esperanto doing better, seeing as he's at Tech 3 air faster, but Esperanto also will lack mass. He should, yeah. There's quite a lot of reclaims still around for him to take, like this, for example. And also nobody interested in mid reclaim. It's crazy. Like, if you think the reclaim should be grabbed a lot faster in a 2v2 than in a 1v1. At this point, people in 1v1s would be taking mid-mass. You can see, well, Swackle now is taking some. Tech 2 Navy from Swackle is good. That's good. A lot of Tech 2 support factories invested in. I don't really like upgrading Tech 2 support factories as you're trying to get to Tech 3 land. It feels like he won't be able to afford all of these things. If it was a 1v1, then he probably could, because he would just have a lot more available to himself. But yeah, this is good. The Flying Olsen doing much, much better than the lateral check. And this is why I was worried about picking the ditch, because you never know if a guy's going to do what Flying Olsen is doing, which is, you know, just solidly ecoing. Even if he doesn't get a beachhead here, that's not great. However, on the flip side, like, this guy has nothing in terms of eco. Like, comparatively speaking, he doesn't have T2Xs here even. And so him lacking, you know, he doesn't have a beachhead. He can make a beachhead, like, in the next few minutes. The gunships, not sure if they're the greatest investment. This position here seems to have been largely ignored by the left side players, but the fact that he has 4 Tech 3 Maxes All he really needs to do now is go tech 3 air as well himself. That would be the way. So tech 3 land battles over here, but it's quite a small choke point. And Swaka's got his tech 2 ACU there to add PDs. And just a solid fire base will go a long way here. Now, if Esperanto doesn't have a tech 3 mech by now, it's going to be very, very sad for him. Well, he doesn't, but he almost does. And if he's lacking tech 3 mexes, he's actually really going to suffer. He's really gone for the tech 3 air approach, but without strat bombing. Where are the, you know, where are the broadswords? Stuff like this. Swakal also maybe didn't place this in the best position. He needs to sort of move over to maybe, if he had the fire base here, maybe he can just continue building in that direction. Oh, Swakal might just die, in fact. What am I thinking? He has virtually no units here. Virtually no units. And fires an overcharge, takes out the shield. But what does he have? 1 PD? 1 tech 1 PD, 2 tech 2 PDs. He has overcharges, a lot of overcharges actually. He may, no, maybe he won't die here. The shield blocks from the inside. Oh god, this looks scary. This is scary. He's not being focused at all. At no point has he been focused by all of these units. But there's still so many titans. Multiple titans around, multiple pillars. Where are the overcharges? Where are the overcharges, Swakal? He is manually overcharging, right? Let me check. He's not. No. Oh my god. This is the right, if you're not manually overcharging in this scenario, then you don't understand the benefits at all. It makes no sense to auto OC here. Literally no sense at all. You just OC slower. That's it. He has all the power in the world. And he's already surrounded. My god. But he's still going to survive with the vets. The vets are huge, but his position is absolutely lost. And now he's got Percy's left against Tech 1 Artillery. 2021 pros indeed. God, that's a lot of gunships. Are these the same ones? Did he actually manage to protect these? I don't understand how you're surrounded. You have 4,000 power overflow. And you auto OC. You're completely surrounded. With infinite power for overcharge. And you auto OC. Oh. Hurts. Fine. I will nerf auto OC again. Yeah? That's what we'll have to do. Like, seriously. We actually should nerf it again. This is disgusting. Swaka's got only 2 Tech 3 mexes as well. Not great. His engineers are pretty derpy. They should have grabbed this masonry, but they haven't. So Captain Klutz, jogging arthritis. Whoa. Haven't heard that one before. How much slower is auto OC? It's like maybe a second or 2 slower. I think it's like a second slower, which is big because yeah. Auto OC takes, I think, like 5 seconds. Manual OC takes like a little under 4 seconds. Because of the 500 millisecond delay. It should be like, it's sort of, it has, I think it's like, what, 3.3 seconds if you manual overcharge. However, then there's like this, the 500 millisecond input delay. So it's closer to 4 seconds between when you actually shoot again. A lot of mass here for Swackle. Although there was a lot of damage done and like the firebase was denied, now like he didn't get a huge amount out of it. He didn't get a lot of reclaim. Swackle is the one going to get the reclaim, and the Titans, what, 2 of them got past the Percys. Those can easily be bombed, and yeah, reinforcements will be sent to deal with them. Esperanto with 2 Tech 3 mexes. He's ecoing hard now, but not very efficiently. Oh my god. 1 upgrading, 2 upgrading, 3 upgrading, 4 upgrading. This one just started with assistance. That one's going to Tech 2, fair enough. That one's, oh my god. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Ah. Expectations crushed. Meanwhile, Flying Olsen making a nuke defense. Much better to make a nuke in his scenario. Much better. Because, well, it just comes down to understanding what position players are in. Like, Esperanto is very unlikely to be able to make a nuke with his eco. Hey, look at that. Look who is making a nuke. Swackle. This is the difference between 2k and a 1500. I think Swackle gonna finish his 4th Tech 3 max and finish a nuke as well. Oh, how has this gotten all the way through here? Extremely important question. Which faction has the best looking adjacency wires? Okay. UEF, solid. Nothing special. It's more like a laser tripwire. Let's see. Seraphim is like, there's almost nothing there. It's like glowing orbs or something. So not great. And we don't have Aeon or Cybran, so we'll see. UEF is solid. UEF sometimes a bit too close to fascist iconography for my taste. I think I see what you mean there. I mean, maybe I don't, but I think I do. Here's a Titan, still alive, dodging bombers. And now not dodging bombers. Don't know how 2Ks are so bad, you're so much better than me. Well, you see, because chat is my enemy, it's my mission to roast 2Ks, not just to roast 2Ks, but also to make you feel like, wow, how am I not 2K? You see, this is the long con of the casting. It's not even really to roast these guys who I'm roasting. It's to roast the people that are watching the roasting indirectly. Sam's in response to the brutal air loss. Yes, exactly, John. Oh, look at this. No. Swackle crushing. Absolutely crushing. This is a huge amount of Tech 3 production. No way he can afford that. Oh, Esperanto. I think Esperanto needs... Maybe if he played some dual gap or Satins or something. Well, no, he did play Satins. But, like, his team gameplay... Let's say it lacks... lacks something. Trickle down roastonomics, yes. I am celebrity president. With the slogans. Oh, another big air loss. Will it be relevant? Well, we'll see, because there's a lot of broadswords here. They are managing to find the anti-air, though. Cruiser's doing not much damage. There's one flak here. So why the gunships weren't deployed to defend this extremely valuable position, which now has 20k reclaim. There's even Tech 3 mechs there. Like, why he didn't use them to defend that, I have no idea. But he is going to come in... Well, I guess this is why. Because Swackle is doomed. He's on the way to Tech 3 on the ACO. If he had had that already, it would have been a different story. I mean, he probably still dies, but it's less likely. Oh, shield that thing. Don't think it's going to matter. There's just too much DPS here. Probably doesn't even make sense to shoot anything but the ACU here. And the main thing now is to not lose everything. Don't lose the ASF in the ACU explosion. Even pull back all but one broadsword to finish the job. He won't lose them, but like he takes 2,500 damage on each of them. That's nearly half damage. He does save the ASF, but could have executed it a little bit better. There goes another broadsword, by the way. And the others are rather low. And he stops in range of a... Sam, the nuke launcher will have been restarted here. It now is back to 0, sadly, and all the broadswords are dead. But Swackle is down, and Flying Olsen is alone in a ditch game, 1 versus 2 against Esperanto and Ladero check. So very, very, very tough scenario. Ladero check has managed to get some Tech 3 mexes up. He's got an air grid going. He's got actually quite decent eco now. So, fair play. He has sort of pulled it back. And this is even more worrying because this is going to be really difficult for a 1500 to manage. As we can see, Swackle's base is still completely idle, which is... yeah, this is very bad here. So, what do you do when you lose a player? What do you do when you lose your teammate? The first thing that's going to happen is, because you're going to have downtime between when you turn everything on, well, you're going to gather some mass basically straight away because they're going to explode. You're going to get all their mexes and all their factories, and all their factories will be turned off. Mass will start building immediately. What you need to do is switch on the factories again. Step 1. All the factories switched on. Engineers assisting the stuff once again. And that is the main thing. Especially the air production. Air is going to be really important. Get the land factories producing the Perseus. And yeah, get the Navy producing as well. All the factories need to be switched on. That's like step 1. Step 2 is upgrade some mexes. Make this tech 3, tech 3, tech 3, whatever. Make all of these for the back tech 3. And then hopefully you get some help from your teammate. He gives you a plan because, you know, he's a higher rated dude. So the nuke is great. Nuke is fantastic. You could just make another nuke. Making another nuke, there actually wouldn't be anything wrong with that, to be honest. Building static defenses is going to be nice, which is what he's actually building static defenses. But yeah, building static defense is going to be nice. Give you less to worry about. And yeah, but the main thing is you got to switch everything on. Switch it all on and, you know, improve your eco. Improve your air grid. And think about how you're going to actually win the game. So you have a nuke, maybe another one. Maybe make another one. You need a big weapon that's simple to use. And a nuke is that. Nuke is perfect. Also, you now have access to UEF, so grab some UEF tech. Put it in your base, get some kennels, maybe make satellites. Satellites are great too. One satellite on this map is quite useful. Wonder because you're normally on the roasting. Who's the best at roasting you though? I don't know. No idea. People don't really cast. I'm the dude that casts high level games. That's pretty much it. Tournament coverage is well, there's not that many tournaments, so I don't know. Played a team game with Esperanto and not far into the game. The difference between 1300 and 1800 plus I think is huge. Diff gapped very quickly is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there is a big difference. For sure. Alright, see you 36. Are there enough games for anyone else to cast though? True. There's not. Well, look. People want to cast. There's games out there. It's all this reclaim. You think nuke better than T3RD? Well, like they're not really comparable because T3RD is, you know, way more expensive. But yeah, like he still hasn't twitched on these factories. Swackle needs to help his teammate out here. But yeah, step one, guys. If you get someone's base, switch on the factories. Switch them on. He needs to make like a lot more cruisers, put them in the right position. You can see now the game is really collapsing here. Yeah, there is. It's called the split attack. So basically it is, let me see. I'll show you. I've moved it. Spread attack. I have it. It's usually on Shift G, I think, but Shift H. This is what you want. So you like grab all the units. You click on the units that you want to attack, and then you hold down Shift, click on the units, attack them, and then press A. G or H or whatever one, and then it will spread the attackers evenly across the units that you've selected to attack. Very useful ability. Yeah, he just can't manage this base now, and now he's getting pings. Like, what is that ping? Swackle, what are you pinging for? Yes, you can crash games with it. The nuke is loaded, by the way. And he's going to successfully nuke Esperanto, who's only just built a nuke defense and it doesn't even have a shield. This guy also doesn't have a nuke defense loaded, but yeah, so if you think when he got the base, he could have just built another nuke, and at this point he could be nuking both players simultaneously, and that would win him the game. He could also, there's loads of stuff he could do. The main thing is just switch on the stuff that you already have to build. Just, you know. But it's very tough. Like, players at this rating will not know. They just won't be able to manage this stuff. They don't know how to manage this stuff. He's gonna win this air fight. He could probably idle. Oh my god, this is the worst. He's not shooting at all. He's never shooting. Oh my god. That was really painful. He was trying his best, but he was literally just getting roasted there. But still won. He could make a massive air grid and just spam a Wassa. He could do that, but that's more difficult. And more risky, because then you have a dude that has to manage all the bases and micro and a Wassa. And, you know, you could easily just lose the Awasa to 15 ASF and then have donated 30 something thousand mass and easily lose the game from there. A nuke, you just build the nuke and then you click on the enemy base and it explodes. It's much simpler, much less risky, no mass donation. Overall, solid option. And now there's a big army of Othams running through into his base now. This is a bit scary. He needs to stop this before it gets to his T3 air grid, which is, you know, it's a little distance away. So he's gonna need gunships, basically. Whoa, that's a lot of gunships he just pulled out of his ass. What I've learned is using your mass not efficiently is still better than not using it. That's actually not true. You could use your mass to just send units into a PD and donate all of the mass you used, rather than just having a full mass power, which would be better, because then you could eventually use that for something useful rather than just feed your opponent. So, sorry, wrong again. The game is so complicated that I can always find a way that you're wrong, so don't worry. Does Esperanto have more of a base anywhere? I mean, this is just Tech 1 factories. He has some Tech 1 naval factories. He has 1 Tech 3 PGen, 2 Tech 3 mexes. That's it. No, sorry, he has more Tech 3 mexes. But he has only 1 Tech 3 PGen. So I guess he's using overflow. He really needs an HQ or something. At this point, this is where, like, team play, just simply giving your teammate something. Like, for example, you just give Esperanto, either Esperanto gives mass to Lateral Check, or Lateral Check gives build power to Esperanto, and then they can get back in the game a lot quicker, or use his resources a lot quicker. Like, there's so much opportunity in this game because giving resources is free. There's no penalty, there's no tax, there's no tides. It's just, you can just pass mass back and forth ad infinitum. Same with units. So yeah, that give players a lot of, you know, you could. It's just very useful in certain scenarios. It's not used at all. There's another nuke launched. Where to though? That's loaded. He's gonna nuke this position. There's no anti-nuke here, so this will all die. That nuke was loaded for a long ass time before he launched it, actually. Big problem. They haven't scouted. Yeah, true. They only now have they scouted. I did see that. It's like the Navy is still green. This is, well, those are actually still swackles. Yeah, the Navy, he's just chilling here with the... I really don't like this position for the HQ. It's pretty bad. Because it's so close to the land. Like, imagine the guy made snipers. He could just kill all the naval production. So, there goes that expansion. He might... Oh, he just missed the T3 HQ, which is sad. But not actually a huge deal. Hey, look at that. He did it. He gave Esperanto units. But guess what? Esperanto will have to use overflow of power as well. So, but Ladorachek is providing that in spades. 12k. Jesus. What is this? Scouts. Yeah, spy planes. And he makes it through. Now, will anyone be watching? Swackle should be watching closely here. Look at how fast that's building. He is about to run out of mass though, so it won't be built as fast as you may expect. Once he runs out of mass, it's gonna go a lot slower. But yeah. Bit of a game ender there. Simply artillery here. Killing Percivals. And another nuke going to be loaded soon. Does he still have 40k mass in the bank? No, he doesn't. He's actually spending his mass now. Now the question is, what is he spending it on? Where is his mass going? It's quite a few strats hanging around. The T3 land factories are on. It's creeping SAMs into the enemy's face. He's grabbing all this reclaim with 2 Tech 1 engineers. Which is funny. He has a lot of air, dude. Holy shit, he's spamming ASF. Yeah, he definitely has way more than the enemy team. And the enemy is the one with the Nawasa. And it's been scouted. And the Omni's in range, so he sees it already. He can literally just fly over there and shoot it right now. He can just click on it and forget. The ASF are so out of position. They literally could not be any more out of position. And I thought they were going to go back into position, but they're not. They're actually going to move further away again. That's like, what? He can just fly in here and kill this. That's all he needs to do. Just click on the Awasa. Swackle, please manage your teammate. He's struggling here. Give him some help. There's no SAMs around. There's literally not even one SAM in this whole base, which is ridiculous. Just click on that unit. Can you... The more I click on it, the less I believe that he will do that. Meanwhile, we still have just random T1 RDs. Hundreds of T1 RDs being spammed from the corner into the expansion. It's going to work as well. I mean, the PDs, there's only 2 PDs, but they're going to get insane amounts of value. Why does he not just click on the Awasa that's there? There's Othams walking into his base. Nuke launched. Where to? Oh, into Esperanto's base. Esperanto rebuilt his base, but didn't build a nuke defense, which means, of course, he's going to get nuked again. If you're going to do this, at least build your power in different locations so that it can't all be nuked at once and it becomes a bad target to aim for. Yeah, Esperanto is going to lose everything again. He's also built a thing that is useless. but he's lucky to still have it at this point. He's also building a second one, I have to point out, which again could simply be killed on the spot, on the ground, as it's building, because there is no anti-air and there's not enough ASF. Not even close to enough ASF. Like, even with the world's greatest micro, are you really gonna beat twice as many ASF? Don't think so. That's a lot of strats that have just been revealed. There's a spy plane that got strat bombed 3 times, 4 times. Cool. Cool. That check sending mass to Esperanto. He has no power because he built it all in one spot against a nuke, so okay. Now he's gonna have 2 Awasas and no air control. Where's the other Awasa gone? There it is. Come on. Click on it, please. 110,000 mass killed. Not huge considering he fired 3 nukes. I mean, it's good, but for 3 nukes, it's actually a little underwhelming. Oh, why? Like, it's on raid. Well, no, it's not on radar, actually. What happened to his... Did he lose his Omni? Did he strap bomb his own shit here and lose his Omni? Did he strap bomb his own ACU? I have a lot of questions. Certainly the Autumn got deep, but yeah, he needs... Now he doesn't have an Omni and there's 2 Awasas. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared that the Awasas can actually sneak around somewhere and kill something, everything. I mean, there's also a lot of SAMs, it must be said, but not like SAMs spread out. There's not enough to really kill an Awasa very quickly. It has to be the ASF. He could simply just kill the air. Come on. Come on. Come on. The second Awasa is done. Where is it? There's Esperanto in a transport. Very safe. No. No. Don't stand next to the T3 Pigeon. Ah. No. No. Please, no. Don't walk towards the pigeon. Don't say G. No. Well, I'm so sad that I actually called it. I said I'm so scared that they're actually gonna sneak around and kill everything, and they did. Oh my god. That is so bad. That's so depressing. I can't believe it. How is that real? This is more like a paid match. Fuck's sake. Ah. My god. At any point, like, he could have just killed, he could have killed the Awasas at any point. He could have killed them while they were under construction. He could have killed them, the first one right after it was built. Could have killed them at any moment because he had so much more air. Like, whatever, you know, managing the bases and stuff. You know, fair enough. He couldn't. He wasn't good at that. That's fine. It's the ditch. He got 2 bases. Fair enough. But come on. Click on the wasses. The Omni was on the left somewhere. Well, I won't be able to find it. So it'll be vaporized. It's probably here or something. I don't know. But wow, that was an end to a game. What's up, Esperanto? You're so rusty. I can believe that. Middle plateau. Don't my guy me. My fucking. You're not that guy, pal. Like, what killed it and did almost no damage that it's full HP? The fuck? My guy. Get the fuck out of here. Alright, who should we watch next? Who do I blame here? The 1500 or Swackle? Both of them. Probably. I mean, Swackle should have. I don't know if they were in chat with each other, like in voice chat. But Swackle could have given him some concrete direction, maybe. Like, click on that Awasa and kill it. Also, he got sniped by a lot of gunships. And left his teammate in a 1v2 on the ditch. Not great. Thomas blames the 1500. Well, you know, I think the blame has to be shared. One guy died, the other guy lost. Okay, where are my replays gone? Let me see. What about Ajax? Is he online right now? Or Koitskix? Alright, time to hit the whiskey. $1,500 means you can't find the T3 max button, right? Yeah, that's the case with the latter 1500s. For sure. For absolutely sure. I mean, the 1700s don't know where T3 max button is either on ladder. 1800s, maybe. Depends. Oh, the replay vault search is super slow now, doesn't it? Does anyone else see that? Anyone have any tips on how to make it faster? It would be even more helpful. What? Are you using a Python client? No. Refaf, that will solve everything. No, it won't. It won't solve this. Download more RAM. Excuse me, the 90s called and they want their jokes back. Okay, maybe 2000s. Come on, replay vault. Someone get Swackle to just come online so we can look at his replays, or Koi's kicks. Or Ajax. Hey, there we go. Some games. NVIDIA mod. Say what? What's NVIDIA got to do with it? Alright, let's watch this. Because these are some players we haven't seen before. Don't tell me. Oof. Client really nearly crashed there. It froze up for a few seconds. That would not have been good. Okay. So, we got Ajax here. Playing Aeon, Koiskix, who is his brother, as far as I know. UEF of the Goi clan. And down here we have Raider, Seraphim, and Reaper 22. UEF. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that. No. Yeah, that was a really bad issue. At like horrible FPS because of some NVIDIA drivers or something. Maintaining a low rating. Well, I mean, we'll see how he does in the tournament, but yeah, I mean, he did get up to like 1900 ladder at some point, but that doesn't always mean that you need to be that high in team games. Honestly, global rating can be quite different, and even 2v2 is quite a different beast to 1 versus 1. So we'll see how he does. But certainly before the tournament I would have said Ajax Koiskis is a strong team. On paper. Although I don't know how much Koiskis has been playing recently. I don't think very much. Right, you know what I should do? I should get another replay search going while this game is on. And I have an idea of what to watch. Team games is just press T3 max and if you die blame teammates. Well, what's your team game rating? Bomber coming in towards Ajax's NGs, and that's one dead NG. Raider gets a second kill. Ajax not doing any dodging. He did split this NG. Split the NGs in the base a little bit. Need some micro. Where's the micro? Oh, he's gonna lose the bomber without getting another drop. He only gets 2 kills. Decent kills, but certainly could have easily gotten another drop. Sending the Inti in after seems like it might be wasteful. He's gonna lose air here. Raider with the faster expansion, by the way, which is quite nice for him into the expansion here compared to Ajax. Also, though, maybe a bit greedy. Well, no, he has a defending tank. 1800. Team game is all about going middle, have a fun fight for 5 minutes, then blame your team when you die. I'm an expert. If you're capable of blaming after going T3 max, you're also able to blame others before going T3 maxes. What's up, Nacho? How's it going? I have bacon and pickles and hot dogs. Okay, thank you for sharing with the class. Right, so 2 air factories for Raider. Make that 3, in fact. Okay, interesting. Only 1 for all the rest of these plebs with their single air factories. Not many units from Reaper here. Yeah, it can afford a lot more factories than this. If you're gonna build this few factories, then at least upgrade your mexes. He hasn't done that either. So not looking great for Reaper. I mean, he's only 1300, so not maybe one of the definitely one of the lowest rated players in the tournament, I'd say. Maybe the lowest rated actually was, I'm not sure. So obviously going to be tough for him. And Raider really has to carry pretty hard, I guess, but he's up against Ajax. So Ajax overall, you gotta believe is a, well, he is a stronger player than Raider overall. Don't think there's any doubt about that. You know, historically and probably even still now, although Raider has improved quite a lot very recently. Still, he's just gonna have a, you know, just has a lot less experience, which counts for a lot in this game. Experience does actually matter quite a bit because there's so many different scenarios that you can end up in. So Ajax on the move. There's some juicy tanks to be killed. Are we going to see the elusive ghetto spam? Well, probably not, I guess. I don't think so. I don't know what his plan is with all those air factories, to be honest. It's kind of strange to make so many air factories, because generally you want to get Tech 2, so to really do damage with air. So if you're investing in Tech 1 factories, then you're not investing in, well, you know, it's just a lot of investment into 3 factories when you could instead use engineers to boost your build power, your air production, and yeah, maybe that would work better, but, well, we'll see. I mean, I would expect some Tech 2 air pretty soon. Like, it should be coming pretty soon. Ajax making some Tech 1 mobile anti-air to defend himself against bombers, and there's already a naval factory and some frigate. 1 frigate out for Raider, no, I'm very surprised there's no Navy on the right hand side from Koiskix. He is in the superior position to win the Navy because, I mean, look, he spawns right next to the water, whereas Reaper over here has quite a trek to go, but he is the one with the naval production. And Navy becomes quite important in a 2 versus 2. In a 1 versus 1, Navy can be relevant. In 2 versus 2, it is extremely important on this map. More so to stop your own base from dying rather than doing a lot of damage with it, say on this side. Like, it's important that Koiskix doesn't have Tech 2 Navy attacking him. But can he do a huge amount with Tech 2 Navy? Not really. Although he does have cruisers, but they won't reach the main base. They can reach pretty far inland though. Certainly very useful. Ajax has 1 gun upgrade, he has the range upgrade, and now he's going to make the speed gun. Koiskix is making the UAF gun here as well. Reaper is making the gun, but now it's paused. And Raider's just wandering around. Yeah, he walked all the way up here with his ACU. I mean, that basically secures the Navy, because if you walk up here with the ACU, then you can reclaim any naval factories here. And if they have engineers, you just step out of the water and shoot the engineers as well. So you basically, Navy is 1 for him, and he should probably not make any more frigates after this one. It's right now where you stop investing in Navy, because you know you have to stop this double gun ANCOM. That's really got to be the focus. Tech 2 air is up. Tech 2 engineer. It would be nice to put the PGen here, just aesthetically, but actually he doesn't need it. Well, actually he already has a PGen. Sorry, there's the PGen. Not the greatest mass balance, and also still reclaim to be grabbed on the front line. Huge amounts of reclaim left there, and it's Ajax who, sorry, Koiskix is in the middle. There's a lot of mass in this position. You'll often see, if you see Nexus play this map, he will drop into this crater to grab the mass, and it's quite a large boost. Bombers and tanks being used, and Ajax kind of threw away his army ahead of the commander, which is not a good move. Really should have used the ACU with those units, or just held all of them back. Something about T2 MAA and anti-air. So, whoa, that's a lot of Tech 2 production. Can he actually run all those factories? It's kind of impressive that he can afford that kind of production. Oh, there's no anti-air here. Sorry, there's 3 Tech 1 anti-airs. I think if he focuses Reaper, he can take him out, and he needs to just run and hope that there's got to be some flak coming. There's only 1 flak coming. Air fight now, with all 4 players fighting air. Koiskix goes idle with his air, needs to keep microing. And Reaper goes down, takes out Raider's air with him. He took out Raider's air with the ACU explosion. And now the top team has air control. Wow. Now they may have won air anyway because Ajax just had a lot of inties, but that sealed the deal. And yeah, now there will be, well, there's still only 2 flags. Like, he could make more flags, but now it looks really good for the top team. I mean, not really because they killed this guy, because he kind of lost an army and killed the guy who is much weaker than his teammates. So that's not great, but winning air and having all those gunships be wasted is a big deal. And Koiskix, they could potentially now, I think it would be a good move to maybe... Well, there goes more gunships. Ajax dominating air. It could be a very good move to basically just put both these ACUs next to each other. Ajax making the shield now, and bring the Tech 2 land units of Koiskix. Now there's no Tech 2 at all from Ajax, which is quite crazy. He has some Tech 2 mexes. He has no Tech 2 air or land. So that's quite surprising. But yeah, if Koiskix comes over here, brings plenty of flak and maybe some power shields, and they both just walk towards Raider's commander, I don't think there's much that he could do to stop them. Realistically, like, 2 is better than 1, and one of them's Aeon as well with 3 upgrades, so... Okay, Tech 3 land is the idea for Koiskix. Where is engineers going? I was expecting them to gather around the factory and upgrade it, but... Oh, they're heading up to the P-gen. That's very far outside the base for some reason. Ajax going to struggle for overcharges without any T2 P-gen. And he does really need overcharges to make the most of this Aeon commander, especially against the Ilshabo. It's actually quite ballsy. Losing a lot of HP here, and also not overcharging. Koiskix is here with reinforcements up, and Ajax still has some HP on the shield. Raider really losing a lot. Koiskix to just give Ajax the units here to micro, I think. Radar is an issue. Get the radar going. There's no intel. Yeah, Koiskix gives some units over. Those will be a good help. And yeah, Tech 2 land. I think he'll go Tech 2 land, make a P-gen, and then he might just go Tech 3 land then. He's making a lot of eco right now. So I don't expect him to really make a lot of Tech 2 spam. He may even make Tech 3 mechs right now, along with that Tech 2 P-gen, or 2 or 3. Getting a huge amount of reclaim from the front. And suiciding all of his air. Riptide's raiding. Mongoose firing grenades. UEF Civil War. And the ACU's still trading shots, but one has a rechargeable shield and the other does not. So we know who it's good for. Not sure what that means at all, but Ajax talking to Koiskix. Raider decides he's had enough. And that's it. GG. Yeah, top team is just stronger. The air really did not work from Raider. Ajax was always aware of it and had a lot of air production. And yeah, he wasn't actually going Tech 3, he was just gonna make some flex. Oh yeah. Completely missed this push. White 6 just ran through here with a lot of pillars and a flak and stuff. The entire mid base was dead. I mean, there was just so much T2 spam here. It's actually quite good from White 6. All right. Okay, let's watch another ridiculous ditch game. Probably won't be as ridiculous, but we'll see. It could be. Maybe. A lot of players who just stick around. Well, yeah, I mean, he stuck around as long as he needed to. All right. So we have Tagada here playing Seraphim with Storm Lantern, who is Cybran. This is Yudi. Matcha. And he's UEF. And I'm not showing the game, as Matthew says. Cool. And Arma is here as Seraphim. There you go. Tag it is here. Storm. UD. Arma. So. This should be interesting. How was Yudi given mass by his teammate? Yes, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Was Tagada given mass? I don't think so. Was he? Maybe he was, actually. Didn't show up in the thing, but I think he was given mass. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about in the other ditch game. This guy gives mass to the guy in the other slot because, as you can see, he spawns directly next to the mass, so it makes perfect sense. Now, Arma, there's problems with Arma's build here. For one, you don't need... I mean, yes, he's sending mass to his opponent, so he needs more reclaim, but he does not need this guy and these two guys all reclaiming. And this guy. What? He just gave the mexes to Yudi as well. What the fuck? What? Why did he give Yudi mexes? What? What the hell? Yudi giving some pings. Basically telling Arma. Maybe he's telling him to walk there with the ACU. I think that's what you should do on this map. What's up, Marco? Tagada is doing normal stuff. Can they even spend that mass? Well, they can try. I mean, as you can see, he has a lot of engineers. And right now, he's spending the mass. Look, he's giving the mexes back. I don't know why he was given the mexes in the first place, actually. This kind of doesn't make sense to me. A lot of air planned for Udinho. Why doesn't he call himself Udinho? He's freaking Brazilian. I nearly said Brazilian Brazilian accent there. Julinho. So transport, but there's already an inti. There's a bomber coming into Arma's base. Inti is sort of slow in turning around. The mountain's not helping him, I guess. But that transport needs to drop immediately. Where's the reaction? Okay. Wow, that actually dropped fast. Must be nice. And he's going to walk into land and build a whole heap of factories. Perfect. Excellent stuff. Tagada not moving south to his ACU. I think that's a mistake. I mean, assisting an air factory is not really relevant. Having your ACU to defend this expansion, much more relevant, I will say. So, kind of surprising. Also, UD not moving either. I think that's kind of a... I do think that's an error. Storm has accidentally put himself on attack move with the ACU. His base is not looking all that great, to be honest. Like no mechs upgrades, or not really many factories. He's dropping here. But again, why not use the commander? It's like people get to certain maps and they just forget that their commander is a useful and powerful weapon. Seems like all of the players in this game have been afflicted with that, so fair enough. Nobody uses their ACUs, I guess it's fine. But it would be nice. Can mass T1 bombers actually work? Yes. On this map, spamming T1 bombers has become basically extremely popular in the past, I don't know, year. So people will build a lot of air factories to spam a lot of bombers. The problem is you can't catch them all. It's 20 by 20 map. The inties can't be everywhere. So the bombers are inevitably going to get drops. They're going to get 1 drop, 2 drops. You might cut some out, but others will do a lot of damage. And if you actually have air control and you have UEF bombers, you can do a lot of damage. Like he could nearly one-shot of this land factory here. You can, well, if you have this is the Supreme Scoreboard mod. And there's basically well, this is the replay version, but when you're actually in game, there is like a mass icon and a power icon that'll send, like, if you left click it next to whoever you want to send it to, then you'll send like half your resources. You can also do it through here. You see these like handshake thing. Through here you can give resources as well. There's like a slider for mass and energy and stuff. So you can send however much you want. You can send your whole mass bar if you use that one. Arma's making Tech 2 on the commander. He's making a lot of Tech 1 land factories in his main base. I don't really see why, because really, yeah. I don't get why you make so many Tech 1 land factories in your base. Tech 1 air factories make sense. Look at the spam of bombers. No Tech 2, no, sorry, there is Tech 2 air yet. Tech 2 Pigeon under construction. Tagada already has a Pigeon, making another one soon, but not right now. He doesn't need the power. Wow, he's got, I guess he's overbuilt Tech 1 power actually. That is a lot. 91 Tech 1 Pigeons. Yeah, overflowing mass energy are distributed. Is distributed to your teammates, yes. However, if everyone's mass bar is full, then it will be wasted. But as long as you have one guy that doesn't have a full mass bar, then it will be, you won't waste any. Oh, he doesn't get to the plateau. He actually doesn't have time. Oh, oh no. Oh, one lived. And then he died. Fuck. He actually was alive there. God damn it. Oh my god, that's a lot of bombers coming in. This is the other thing. It's like you also won't have full radar coverage. So I say you won't have full radar coverage. Tagada literally doesn't have a single radar. And there's a load of bombers coming into his base. He's going to lose every NG around his factory. Oh my god. Just as he's hitting Tech 3 air as well. Goodbye. He could have sniped maybe a Tech 2 Pigeon instead, but considering he has so many, I think it was good to snipe the NGs actually. He's gonna snipe some Tech 1 Pigeons now. Fair enough. Might as well. I mean, it's not gonna do a huge amount of damage, but better than nothing. But with that many, you could literally, I think you could definitely one-shot the Tech 2 Pigeon. But yeah, the lack of build power is actually gonna hurt because he's gonna be, you really, at this point, you really want to be making the Tech 3 Pigeon as fast as possible, and it's not going to be very quick now. So he's still making inties and air out of these, so he has, yeah, you can see he's making additional engineers now out of these factories before they go Tech 2 land. But yeah, this Tech 3 Pigeon is going to be delayed quite a lot, and that's nice. So because Yudi is a little bit later. Yudi with way more mass, actually. Whoa. 22k mass ahead. 50% more mass, almost, than Tagada, who is in the same slot on the other side. So that is interesting. He's gotten way more reclaim. So that actually means that, well, Tagada will have more reclaim to grab over time because he still has all of this, whereas you can see some of this is gone for Yudi. Yudi's taken all of the mass here, whereas Tagada still has some there, so Tagada has probably more mass to reclaim on his side still, but why is he so much slower grabbing it? I don't know. Also, his eco is not very good. Has to be said. He's got a lot of Tech 1 mass extractors. But then again, Yudi does not have Tech 2 mass extractors here just yet. He's on the way. Also, ARM is just sending mass to Yudi. That's probably another reason why he has more. Although I think most of the mass he sent was in the opening. How's Storm doing? He's got Tech 2 air. He does not have a position here. I don't understand why people don't send their ACU here. But he does have the corner, which is very nice. He's got a lot of Tech 1 land spam. And he's also ecoing in this position, which is quite important. That's quite good. Also providing a lot of air and dominating these Janus, and a lot of Tech 1 bombers have gone down as well. And now Tagada's here with the ASF. Second Pigeon needs to come basically immediately after the first one. Absolutely immediately. As Yudi cannot afford this. So Boston. Yudi also with far greater naval production. A lot of Tech 1 Navy. No, I mean like early on in the game. You walk across here so that you can just so that you can establish a base here, because otherwise you just have NGs and they're easily bombed or whatever. It's so easy to get pushed away. If the ACU is here, you just need the ACU there even just to get the base going initially. Like you can leave after that, and at some point you should leave, but like it's definitely worth using. Definitely. And Tagada, like, what, you think walking to here is terrible for, like, he's not actually safer here. There's not really any reason he's safer here than here. But he could have gotten abused early on by not sending his AC here. Like, there's a time he dropped 2 engineers here. That's very vulnerable. So yeah, I definitely think people should use their ACUs early on in this. As Swackle did. Like, Swackle used it when he was playing. And yes, eventually, way later on, he got sniped by loaded Tech-3 gunships, but you know, these things happen. These Mantis are struggling with the terrain. Struggling hard. Oh, finally. There we go. There we go. Here's some Mantis ass for you. Do you ever have enough NGs? People open with 3 land facts. I would not use ACU as Taggart or UD, but maybe others can. I mean, yeah, I mean, all I'm thinking is just walking to this expansion with in their slot. That's all I'm thinking. Wow, Armor just giving Tech-3 mexes away. What's he upgrading? Gun. And what is that? Nano? Nanny? Oh, see, on this map you don't really need as many engineers, I guess. I mean, you do need a lot of engineers in the opening, but maybe not as you don't need as many engineers overall as in 1v1, of course, because you just have less map to cover. So also, hello. Slow. T3 air on the way, finally, for Storm. UD with control of the middle, more or less. I mean, there's some Tech-2 land has been dropped here. Cool. Some Yenzine's being spammed, and yeah, the hover spam is being used to maybe attack the Navy. UD's still about 20k mass ahead. So the gap hasn't grown, but it has maintained itself. And in terms of Tech-3 mexes, UD has, well, 3 from Arma plus 7 of his own. Arma is just completely sacrificial. He's making 2nd nano right now. Holy shit. He's making double nano. He already has Tech-3, gun, and 1st nano. And yeah, the Tech-1 land spam overall is basically just been stopped right here. This is as far as it's gone, and it won't really go any further. There's Tech-2 land, there's Tech-3 land now even. Quite an exposed HQ actually by UD. If we check the... Why does he not have an upgraded ACU? God, that's not a fan of that. Neither does Tagada. Come on, guys. At least get Tech 2 in your ACU. At least. Alright, give me an NG then. Let's see. So you could actually TML that from here. There are no defenses. Tagada trying to contest the middle. He lost his Yenzines. On the top, but he does have a factory. Tech 3 land here as well. Tagada's too strong on this map. Oh, his wind's here. Does he? Sure about that? Yudi just building a big ass grid. I really want to know what Arma's gonna do here. Okay, first order of business now that he has double nano is to make an omni sensor. Cool. Fair enough. Tagada just ecoing. Eco. You want to try and get tech 3, full tech 3. And actually the hover has done huge amounts of work here. You can see naval production up here has been killed. And here, I'm not sure if this was... Not sure who owned that naval production. Maybe that was Tagada's. Oh wow, there's a lot of naval production on this side actually. I had missed this. I was thinking here was his naval production, but no. A lot of naval production here. Tech 2 Navy. Tagada has the corners, so overall the top team has the superior map control because they have both the corners. Although Storm still has... oh no, he has actually managed to grab most of the mass now at this point. All this Tech 1 spam, that's a very bad position for an HQ. That is way too far forward. But I think he's just going to lose that now. Well, maybe a few more units are needed. Yeah, once the Titans show up, it's going to be pretty bad. Air fight that I'm missing. Looks like Yudi is crushing, actually. And Yudi has just hit Tech 3 Navy, so maybe with the... Maybe he can keep the battlecruiser alive with the... And his naval production alive with torpedo bombers. You can see every factory now. Reducing the torps. And the only downside is that they can't torp the Yenzines because they're hover, and same with the flak and the Zuis. But the battlecruiser's there. Storm coming in with frigates as well, so... What is killing the ASF here? Oh, it's the flak, obviously. And maybe the Zui shells as well. Maybe they hit it a bit. The key point is whether the HQ lives or not, because that is a huge amount of mass there, and if he takes it out, he will kill the battlecruiser as well under construction. I think it's gonna die. There's no NGs around to reclaim it anymore because they've all been killed. And the frigates, there's so many frigates left that, yeah, this HQ is dead. Ow, and most of a battlecruiser there was constructed, so that is a huge loss for the bottom team. The Tech 1 land starts pushing into the Titans. And the Percy's. Percy's not well equipped to deal with this Cybern nonsense. Look at all the Medusa. With their guns pointed at the sky. And the absurd hover spam of Tagada. Now his focus, yeah, he's building a shield gen, and he's going to build SAMs, and he's also getting Tech 2 in the ACU. And you continue ecoing, but they're going to have to invest in some anti-air probably, as Yudi Well, he did just crush air. Tech 3 gunships will stop the incursions from getting too far inland. But Navy is completely lost. I don't really see how you get back into Navy at this point, because as you can see, there's a lot of frigates and there's a huge amount of hover. I mean, if it was just frigates, fine, torp it into oblivion. But with all this hover, and it's the spam of hover has slowed down, but it can be switched back on if necessary. So Navy, if they ever get back into Navy, it's going to be in the distant future as Autumns make their way into the base now. That's not going to do much. There's Autumns to defend. There's even the Tech 1 PD. Arma, I mean, Arma has full T3 mechs here, but that's all he has. He doesn't have any of these mexes. He doesn't have these front two mexes either, so he is basically maxed out on his mass extractors. Tagada losing air again? Now, why did he fight air so soon after the previous air fight? That's very surprising. The only upside is that, I mean, Tagada is probably getting the reclaim there because he has control of that area, of course, with the Navy, and will continue to have control. Why did Arma make those upgrades? It's a really good question. Another good question is, why is Arma trying to build an Awasa here with no build power? And why is that not shielded? A lot of questions. Oh, this is not Tech 3, by the way. Oops. Oh, this is not Tech 3 either. Okay, I was totally wrong about how many Tech 3 mechs he had. Why are they building the Awasa here? It makes no sense. It's like building a game ender in the position that's definitely going to die. You build the Awasa over here. That's the safest place is Yudi's base. No, he's flying over flak. There's so much damage on these ASFs, and he's racing back to his gunships, which are way out of position. Or rather, his ASF are out of position. The gunships are doing something useful. Oh, no. Okay, he does save most of them. Oh, no. That's unnecessary. Oh, he actually... Okay, he did save it. But, yeah, this looks very bad for Yudi. Because, well, what's he do against this? He's going to lose multiple Tech 3 mexes here. They're going to go down pretty quick. If he hangs around. If he runs past, not so much. Also, the Yenzines have just run on ahead of the flaks, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah, what is the purpose of double nano if you're not going to fight something? Like, I was fully sure he was going to drop into Tagada's base or something, just sacrifice himself, maybe do insane amounts of damage, because that's what you could do if you have such a powerful ACU. But no, he's just sitting in his base with double nano and Tech 3 and gun. Really disappointing. 2 Tech 3 mexes go down, and the army is still alive. And the ASF keep flying over all these flags. Although they don't take a great deal of damage from those. I feel like, I mean, he's... What's his building? Does Tagada have any idea? I mean, that's the one upside of building them here. Well, oh, he's lost some stuff in the base to cruisers, by the way. The one advantage of building it here is that you would never expect this to be built here. So he's... Although, well, now he has radar. Now he might see that something's coming. Like, this is way too big of a... When you see this kind of thing where it's like NGs gathered like this, usually building something about this big. There's only one thing that is about that big that you can build as Seraphim. So maybe he'll realize. But then again, it's also easy to miss. Oh, the ACU is finally going to be used. I mean, never mind the fact that his base has been under attack for the past 10 minutes. He's only now decided that, yeah, oh yeah, I have a experimental level ACU. Meanwhile, the top left was completely killed by all that Tech 3 land, Titans, and some Perseus moved in. And they got the whole way to the main base, and then they're pushed back by Tech 1 bombers. And a pretty nice wall of Tech 2 PDs. Good stuff. But that really shouldn't be enough to stop this. But it is enough to scare away UD. I think he has plenty of units there to actually take him out. To actually just push in here. Although, whoa, where did those 4 bricks come from? Where were they? 5, 6 bricks. Okay. That was a very sudden influx of bricks there. Awasa. Almost completed. This will immediately be given to UD, by the way. Don't worry. I don't think there's any chance that Arma will be building that, or will be microing that. It has been scouted. The stealth field is turned off. Great. Why? Why was it on? Why was it built? Why is it off? Who knows? The air is parked next door now because this has to be protected at all costs. Tag is building an anti-nuke and also a nuke. Does UD have an anti-nuke? He does not. Oh no, he does. Sorry, I'm wrong. He does. It's not shielded though, which is quite disappointing, but it is loaded. And the Awasa is built. I was confused there because it said sent 1 unit to UD just before it was built. I was like, wait, what? Okay. Oh, Taggart has parked his air. That looks like a jagged move there to just park your air in the middle of nowhere. On the ditch. First drop, 23,000 mass killed. It's going to take a significant amount of damage from the flax and the cruisers. Actually, more so the cruisers. And Taggart managed to get away with his air and now comes in behind UD. And then flies past the air to just take out that Awasa. Quick as that, it's dead. He will lose air completely now. But the Awasa is dead. And it did not kill a great deal, and its carcass is deposited in a perfect location for some engineers to suck on it. It's time for another one. Immediately. There's the only one option when that happens. Build another. You have air control. You will have air control. Now there's no ASF left to snipe it with. Every engineer should be on this. UD should be given more engineers. UD should be given virtually all the engineers because Arma doesn't have a great deal of eco. I mean, he has a decent amount, but... yeah. In my opinion, Arma should have just kept it and only focused on it and nothing else. No. No, there's no world in which Arma should micro the Awasa. Not at all. Stealth base and over spam him? What do you mean stealth base? Also, Storm is 1200 global, but he's like 1600 ladder. Yeah, Tagada used his air very nicely there. He's not grabbing any of the reclaim, by the way. That's not so good. But he has 11k in the bank, so I guess it's not a big deal. But he does have a nuke. He will have anti-nuke loaded. And yeah, you can just see him adding a lot of P-gens. This isn't good because it lowers the effectiveness of a Nawasa coming in and sniping this production. But also he has very good shielding with Tech 3 shields covering everything right now. That seemed ineffective. It largely was. Certainly was. Now, it did win him air. And also, it did get one good bomb off. Only one, though. This bomb here obviously was stopped by the shield. And really didn't kill anything at this position. But He got one good bomb off and killed one air. So it didn't achieve nothing, but certainly could have achieved a lot more. But it's very difficult to protect it. It dies very fast to ASF. I don't understand why this wasn't rushed a lot faster, or like the. Okay, if you're not building the Owasso, then surely you're building some kind of air, because you did just crush air completely. Where are the strats? Maybe. I mean, there are SAMs around, quite a lot of SAMs. So sure, it's difficult, but surely air has to be the approach. Maybe, like, building ASFs is you know, useless. Yeah, they're reclaiming. They decided against it. They were reclaiming the Owasso there. When I zoomed in on it. Okay, well, what is the plan then? Okay, well, here's an air approach that could work. Percy's in Continentals. Some kind of doom drop coming. A lot of Riptide's hover spam coming. It's also an option. Problem with UEF hover spam is that you don't have hover flak to bring with you. It's a bit sad, but it is what it is. Where's the nuke gonna go? Is there nuke defense here? No. Is that a dead T3 land HQ? No. Taggart has built a chicken in his base. Storm Lantern have strats, or they're all T1. I think they're all Tech 1. Oh, no, he has one strat. He's building more for reasons unknown. I guess with Cybern strats you can stealth them. You can still use them when you don't have air control. Here we go. I mean, I'm not going to say this is a bad plan at all. I quite like this from Yudi. Where is he going to go, though? He wants to try and get in, like, around here towards the back. He's going to get some shaved off, but he's... Oh, maybe more than just a few. Okay, okay. Oh, he lands here. What? No, that's so... Oh, there is a Sam right there. Oh, the strat just comes in, starts stratting the Percys. Bring back the Continentals. Keep them alive. I mean, Tagada... How has Tagada spent all his money? I mean, Tagada was floating 12k not that long ago. Tech 3 gunships need to be killed. Storm's base is going to disappear pretty quickly here. It's just a whole Percy army. I don't understand. He flies away. He leaves the gunships around. I guess the Percys will still kill everything. He needs to now focus fire on the P-gens and the HQs. And then after that, I guess T3 mexes. Don't get too close before the P-gens are dead. Ow. Bricks won't last long. It's killing Tech 1 P-gens. What is that about? He's using power target priority. So he's killing Tech 1 P-gens. What the fuck? Storm now sending mass to Tagada. Arma has been defeated by Tagada. The chicken bot came across and his double nano gun comm found the unit that can wipe him out without much trouble at all. And guess what? There's another chicken here. So there's now going to be 2 chickens walking into that base, as though one wasn't enough. There's another chicken here walking towards the Percys, and now it turns around. Holy shit, there's so many bricks. Where did all these bricks come from? Wow. But yeah, how do they stop? 1, 2, this chicken is idle. This chicken over here is quite far away from anything useful, but why is he making so many chickens as well? Now, where's that nuke going? Over here, where there's no nuke defense. Tech 3 Max is going to go down, and also the Omni will probably go down. Chicken gonna maybe clean up some Riptides, although they are running away. This base absolutely doomed. Chicken's gonna farm a lot of veterancy as well. Could have counter dropped. Well, not really, because there's loads of ASF there. You're not really going to put your bricks in transports when there's 100 ASF next to you. Chicken kills all. Storm sends more mass. I don't think he should make more chickens. I really don't think that that's the most clinical way to end this game. Maver started by UD. That's going to be a tricky one to pull off. Maybe chickens are the way against that. So I like building the chicken here is a lot better, I guess, than... Seems a decent bit closer than back here. 31k killed on that nuke launcher. Storm just has to rebuild, I guess. He's sending mass because he just doesn't have the energy to use any of his mass. So as you can see here, he just very little power income. So that needs to be his focus. He should add some hives. People seem to forget about, like, he has hives here, so he should build the P-gens next to them so he can get them a lot faster, rather than relying on some engineers in that position. That was an insane amount of bricks that were just standing there, though. Yeah, the chicken looks pretty wild. Serious shoulder pads on that dude. And a tiny, tiny head. Titans obliterated. he's left this alive. But he has 5 Zooies to clean it all up in the most efficient way possible. Good game, well played, says Yudi. And Tagada and Storm win. No head, just eye. Well... So it's a Cyclops? Yeah, it's quite similar to the GC, I guess. So yeah, well played to Tagada and Storm. Overall, by the end, you can see big difference in mass there. I feel like the T3 Navy loss was a huge turning point. But overall, this was really all on... I mean, UD just kept being given mass and stuff, so it was really all on UD to win it. And the Iwasa... I feel like they went for the Iwasa, and at that point, the only option... once it died was to build another. Like, I don't really think they had a good plan other than that. The Percy drops were fine, but damaging Storm is a lot less effective than damaging Tagada. Like, if he could get Percy's here and snipe the nuke launcher, or just damaging Tagada overall is just going to be more effective, because Storm is going to do a lot less than Tagada is. But yeah, not a bad game at all. GG's. I expected boys spam. Yeah, Yudi's not always spamming boys these days. No, not combat boys. Certainly not. Ras boys. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Okay, let's grab another replay here. Okay. I will be back in one moment. Hello. Yeah, guys, you're supposed to be casting. What are you doing? What's up, Mark? Is using ferry mode for transports a sin? No, not at all. You want to be careful because you could very easily lose a lot of units, but it's definitely usable. Now, in that scenario with the Continentals and Perseus, I would not recommend using the ferry command into enemy territory because that's just too risky. If you lose even one Continental, it's extremely bad, so they need to be microed individually. Otherwise, it's just too risky. Did I watch championship match live? You mean the final? Or Castaway just kicked my ass like 3 times. Damn. Yeah, so the players. As I am distracted, we have Taggin and Storm once again. Here's Taggin on his, got his marching orders. And Storm, the final. I cast the final on FAF Live. I did. See the final. Right now, somehow, I can't really remember what happened. What was the map? God damn. Con shenanigans. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I did see that. Alright, so Inspector Cod is here. Of PLD. I don't know what PLD stands for. He's on his way. And over here we have Castaway. He's also on the move, actually. He's going to try and walk to this island. He has got a drop away. Building an anti-air, but there's a bomber coming, and it is not going to allow them to live for very long. One goes down. Lots of SAMs after all. Yeah, SAMs, but more so it's about the ASF. And he's not even going to finish that anti-air. He's stalling. Oh, what? Where did the... He bombed the Inti. He bombed the Inti. That's where the bomb went. Palladium. Okay. That ground fire is not going to work out for Tagada. Don't know if it was accidental or not, actually. Sometimes these things happen. Storm went looking for the air win, but did not find the air, and it's Inspector Cott that knows what's going on, and he's maybe outmaneuvered Storm here. We'll see. Oh, they're going to fight in a pretty awkward position next to this mountain. But that worked out extremely well for Inspector Cott. Nicely done there. Tagada dropping on Castaway's Island, on his main island. That is a nice move. And with total air control as well, Inspector Cott is going to have to come over here and save him with the air. And now with the ACU having left, it would be the easiest thing in the world to just walk up here if he was still in his base, which is where I imagine other people are. Like Storm is here in the middle of the island, which is very interesting. But it would be the easiest thing in the world to just send the ACU up here and this problem disappears. But now he can't do that. I mean, there's no way he's going to walk the whole way back here and do that because it's just too far away now. But is he reacting? Does he actually even know that there's a factory here? He does. He does. He needs to add T1 land production now. Needs to react. And Inspector Cott should may be able to win air. He should actually. I think he has more. He's killing reinforcements, which is good. But now he needs to come in and get the actual win, and then bombers and things maybe can help. It's a very long trek for this ACU to get somewhere useful because he's blocked by cliffs on this side of the island. Inspector Cott just chilling. I mean, he's very slow. I noticed this in a different game. Well, yesterday I watched a different game from him on this map. He's very slow to grab the other mexes. See, Tagada has most of his island, except for the bit that it's under attack. And Tagada loses all of his air. But look at this. He has 3 factories, 5 mexes on Castaway's main island. This is ridiculous. Some more land production up for Castaway. He has way too much power though. He's overbuilt power a great deal. And now he's going to try and be making investments on this island when in reality this has to be cleaned up before anything else happens. This is a disaster. And a fantastic move by Tagada. Oh. Look at that. Inspiration strikes Inspector Cott. He's like, wait a minute. Why don't I just, you know, freaking do a proxy on Tagada's main island? And look, he's going to kill an upgrading Tech 2 Mex here. 58%. Ow, that hurt. That hurt. And the Medusa was actually accurate for once. It's crazy. insane. Inspector Cot's still being very slow with the mexes, but Castaway's here in the main on this island. Tagada's under attack on this island. 2 factories up already, third one on the way. Tagada reacting with his own additional land production. He's paused all of his navy because there's more important things to worry about now. This proxy, which has already done decent damage, but the problem is now air is going to be a problem. Storm with a bomber, Tagada with 2. The engineers will be taken out pretty quickly. I don't know, he's bombing other stuff. He needs to take out the NGs first. Target number 1. Cot sending his air into cover now. Cot also with 4 Tech 2 mexes as well. 5th one on the way. So not terrible eco either, must be said. Now he has better eco because he just hasn't invested in navy almost at all. He only has 1 naval factory, whereas Tagada has 7. Big investment in navy, which now turns out to be maybe a mistake, given the fucking proxies everywhere. Proxy here, proxy there, proxy there. Storm is the only one not involved in the proxy wars. Maybe he should get involved, just, you know. What I would love is for him to drop his ACU here. He's got a lot of air, it must be said. So if he had Tech 2 air in a shorter time, then, you know, gunships and things would have sealed the deal here. But yeah, Inspector Cod has lost all of his air to Storm. Tagada and Castaway don't have much air. What is this? What is this? What's up, Mosey? Tagada not really using his ACU very much, not being very aggressive on this island, although he does have the better army. Castaway now on Tagada's main island. Look at this. This is ridiculous. It's 4 land factories from Tagada here. Ooh. Ooh, Tagada taking big damage from the Zooies. They're actually finding a lot of damage. No frigates around. Castaway taking this. There's going to be some capture wars. Castaway's killing the naval production. These are nice kills. Even if they've been paused, that's 99% finished frigate that just disappeared. Bomber comes in. That's a good way to deal with these. Yeah, if Storm should come drop this base. That would be the ultimate just game-winning move. This base will go down now. I don't think Cot was... Yeah, he's not balancing his economy correctly here. That's the thing about proxy, is like you can't afford to stall. It's one thing when you have... It's a normal map and you're just spamming from your base. It's like, you know... If you stall mass, you're just inefficient. If you stall mass when you're proxying, you get no units. And you lose the proxy. Tagada looks like he's going to clean up this as well. And yeah, a lot of gunships come in as well now. From Storm, this proxy is gone now. The damage... Well, Castaway is absolutely killable. There's no trouble killing him now. He can't come out of the water because there's gunships. And if he stays there, I mean, actually the water is so shallow here that he could probably be ground fired by the Cybran gunships. But that's probably not going to happen. But torpedo bombers will be on the way. There's one. And more coming. Proxy is dead, but the dream is still alive. Ferry time. This proxy going down, although maybe the bombers will save it actually. Ooh, that was nice. Rather nice. Castaway now trying to cheat as he comes out of the water. Don't think that's going to work for you. Castaway bombing himself as well. The gunships have left, so that's why he came out of the water. Also, the torps are here. That torp bomber just sniped him from really far away. But yeah, Castaway is doomed. There's no way they're winning air. Two of those transports actually landed, but directly next to frigates, which is a bit sad. It's just unlucky, honestly. Why were there 2 frigates there? We may never know. Maybe Tagada was the one cheating. This position, the proxy from Tagada looks to be finally dying. I don't know what the bombers are doing, though. They seem to be lost. Oh, never mind. There's some units here. Is he also dropping as well as proxying? Strange. But yeah, the bombers should be able to take out this as long as they, you know, work on the anti-air and then attack all the factories. Should finally get rid of that mess, but all the messes that Tagada has had to deal with have also been cleaned up. The only one left is Castaway's commander, who is really in no man's land. No man's land? No man's land. And things are sort of equalizing across the board, stabilizing rather. And we'll see who has the better position at the end of it. Looks like Cot will be forced to, well, I mean, this, to be honest, this mess is still not cleaned up, because now Storm has brought in his air, which he has been flying around rather too much. It's now completely out of fuel. But this is still not cleaned. The gunships are here as well. Wow. You forgot to use the torps. Yeah, they're they're over here now. Not sure why. Castaways. This is like the. Did you ever see that Simpsons sticker? It's like the guy jumps into the river, jumps into the water, starts swimming away. Like, he's gradually getting away. That's Castaway right now. Very gradually getting away. Nice damage from the gunships. Dropped from Tagada in a Tech 2 transport. Zooies in a Cybern transport. That's nice team play to be given the Tech 2 transport by your teammate. And you provide the powerful cargo. Castaway's going to suffer for this one. Many freaks for Cot, but not raiding much. Whoa, he does have a lot of frigates. It's right. Yeah, it's true. And he's not sending any to the other side. He's not fighting Tagada at all. Like, running all your frigates around here is not very useful. They should come through the middle. And then they can go, yeah, here. There's a Tech 2 Max there to be raided. And he's not really helping Castaway. Castaway is getting bullied by both players. And... oof. Yeah, Castaway is basically going to be a non-entity in the game. This proxy's still alive. Still alive. $3,700 HP. Somehow he lives. And really, Tech 2 Navy is absolutely necessary, I think, for Cot now. There it is. Very conservative positioning. He's going to have to run around with all of his boats. What do you mean by outsider? I don't understand Esperanto. Tech 1 bombers versus Cybern frigates. Score mass income. What do you mean? The fact that he doesn't have the highest income? I mean, it's pretty obvious why in both of these games. Rip to the gunships. Like in the previous one, he's against Yudi, and Yudi is given mass and mexes by his teammate. And he's against Yudi. In this one, Tagada made loads of naval factories. Kot made one. Tagada made a proxy. Kot didn't. And Tagada overall is not the kind of player to sit on his ass and make Tech 3 mexes. It's not his gameplay. Tagada would rather have garbage eco and have more units, generally speaking. And as you can see, Tagada's opponent is essentially removed from the game. And Kot, although he had more eco and stuff, he hasn't used his units very well. The proxy was really nice, but that is gone now. Tagada's is not. It's amazing that this is still alive. It's absolutely amazing, but now it may actually die because Corsairs are here. So he's versus Nexus, then he plays like a clone. No. No, Nexus and Tagada play differently. Some maps there's a limit to how differently you can play it, but they do play differently. No. Rip to the Corsair, but finally. Oh, the Corsair lived. The proxy is dead. Holy crap, 20 minutes into the game and then it's killed. Now, next thing on the menu needs to be Tech 3 Air at this point. That should be the aim. I think Tagada should be aiming for it. Or maybe Storm could potentially go for it, but he's in a very vulnerable position. No naval production, not great eco, and anything you build here can be easily killed by Navy should it arrive in Tech 2 form. Unless he builds like Tech 3 PGen here, which is an option. This is a very safe location. But probably it's Tagada. I mean, he has a lot more mass available to him. Needs to be careful here because he could easily get overrun. I don't like. He has a much better formation, the tight formation here, but Kot has more navy. It's equal number of frigs there, but there's more here that Kot can bring in. Now just keep spamming Destros. Yeah, I mean, T2 Navy's pretty good. Look at this. Nice taking these mexes here. Corsairs coming in to snipe. Wow, there's a lot of anti-air prepared already. So one Tech 2 mex goes down, is going to be reclaimed immediately and replaced with Tech 1. So not very effective. Killing engineers here, also pretty ineffective, I'd say. Corsairs land not in the water, so full mass available from them. And overall the game is still quite even. Now Tagada does have Tech 2 Navy as well, and actually 2 Tech 2 factories. Small, well, bit of a mass stall here as he tries to replace this one back up to Tech 2. And gotta say, I prefer the Tech 2 Seraphim Destroyer to the Cybern Destroyer. Also, the micro is much better. If you look, notice how the units are not moving. This is good. It means the turrets really don't have to move as much at all. And he has the destroyers at the back, and he's microing those quite a lot. So this overall, if he holds the fight, which it looks like he will, he's going to get a huge amount of reclaim. A huge amount. Is it different if a unit die in water and land when talking about amount of reclaims? Yes. For example, this destroyer, which I expect is going to die, can be the use case. 2,250 mass is what it's worth. So you're supposed to get 81% of the mass from a unit. Sniping the Tech 2 factory, that's actually solid. If he pulls it off. The problem is there's anti-air. And he needs more than 2 passes, I think. Now if we look down here, you only get 909. And he does kill the Tech 2 factory. Oh no, it survived. Oh my god. Oh my god, it was like 100 HP. Wow. That was so close. Yeah, so you get half, basically. Half the reclaim value that you would normally get. I think originally there was no reclaim in the water at all. Then it was added by FAF, I think. By FAF. And basically it just made Navy too snowbally. It's like the amount of reclaim from Navy is just gigantic because their units are way more expensive than any other units for an equivalent tier. Like one destroyer is almost 2 like Tech 3 tanks. Like it's more than 2 Harbs or Othams, and it's almost, you know, it's pretty close to 2 Percys or Bricks. So it's like if you just win naval battle, you get insane amounts of reclaim. So it was nerfed, cut in half basically. Originally it wasn't even in the game. So and Tagada is just crushing the Navy. I think he's had superior. I mean, this transition to Tech 2 Navy for him is really strong, and his micro is much better. You really have to try and get that tighter formation, and then just leave the frigates alone. Just let them shoot. Fucking fly, managed to catch it. Yeah, the Corsairs also donated quite a decent bit of mass, and as you can see, Taggart has grabbed them. He's not one to leave Corsair wrecks on the ground. Except that one and that one. But the ones in the water you can see are worth less. And he saved the oh, bit of an air fight. He saved the factory. Oh, Storm had almost escaped there and they turned around. So he loses everything, but there is a cruiser here. A Seraphim cruiser. Look at the planes dropping from the sky. Ow. But yeah, Navy is going to be very painful now. All this reclaim has been grabbed. Tagged has 25k reclaim. More than Inspector Cot and Castaway combined. So, huge reclaim field there. Gathered. And Tech 3 Air. Tech 3 Pigeon on the way. Not even Tech 2 from Tagged unless he's built it elsewhere, but he hasn't. Guess Tech 3 Air might be... Well, it doesn't look like anyone's planning for Tech 3 Air on the top team. Certainly Tagada isn't. His eco, again, still is pretty poor. Especially considering he got so much reclaim. I would expect him to, you know, eco a bit harder, but it's all about Tech 2 Navy for him. Problem is, he's not taking a great fight anymore. Now, his destroyers are mostly healthy except for that one. He lets that one die. Reinforcements coming in. Quite a nice group of units coming in. He's got some cruisers here. Those really should be targeting the mass extractors. There are Tech 2 mexes around that can be... They're actually in range already. But, oh, look at that. He's actually been given naval production by Storm as well. Because those are Cybern, not Seraphim. Dead Tech 2 mexes. RIP. Navy looks quite bad. If you look at Inspector Cott's Navy now, 26 frigates. He's got 4 Tech 2 ships. Castaway actually has Tech 2 Navy as well. 2 destroyers here. He can easily be caught out of position though. Looks like that's what's happening. Now, if you're caught in this position, what you do, you submerge the destroyer, and that way you save yourself from the frigates and you run away. He's not doing that though. Oh, he is. Oh, just at the last second, he dips down. Another problem he has is that he doesn't have intel. And even though he has submerged, he still just runs under the destroyers and therefore dies to the torpedoes. 3 cruisers outside the base. Tagada dropping engineers forward, getting forward factories for reclaim. And just, again, look at that, nearly 10k mass on the screen there. To be reclaimed. And Inspector Cott's base is disappearing to cruiser fire. No TMDs prepared whatsoever, which is pretty big mistake, I will say. But with the Navy loss, there's not much to be done. He does have Tech 3 air, but he's not making any Tech 3 units. He's making torps. And when there's 4 Seraphim cruisers to torp, you really need to gather a lot of them before you send them in. For now, it looks like he's actually just trying to snipe the destroyers so that his Navy can maybe come in and kill the cruisers, which is fair enough. I mean, that's not the worst idea. That torp managed to torp somewhere around here. It's pretty impressive. Storm has gotten Tech 3 air. He actually made another HQ. Nice T3 air, nice P-Gen. Better get some more Destros. Yeah. Yeah, the T3 air has not turned out to be good. But I don't think it's... Well, yeah. He's just against a guy who's just spamming destroyers non-stop and just going for the naval win. And the guy with the Navy... The guy going for the Navy has the better micro as well. Tech 3 mechs. He can probably afford that with all the reclaim. Yep. Solid investment, I'd say. Somehow this died. There's been some more raiding going on, I guess. Tagada pinging. I'm not sure why. A lot of reclaim in this position now. Maybe he wants some scouting. Tech 3 scouting. I imagine that's probably what it is, because Storm is building a serious air grid. How does he have so much mass? And no Tech 3 mechs yet. And not much reclaim. I guess he's making no Navy. All he's making is air right now. And maybe some mechs upgrades. Oh, Inspector Cod turns his destroyers around. This is the problem with Cyber Navy. Once the Tech 2 ships come under attack and they have to retreat, they are absolutely terrible. They have low health. They cannot shoot backwards. The turrets don't even turn that fast. And yeah, it gets ugly real fast once they Seraphim, or once the Cyber and T2 has to start retreating. Does not respond well to micro. Now the production looks to be going down. That's a lot of ASF actually from Storm. He should just make strats at this point. And the game comes to an end. Cod calls GG as his naval production is getting massacred. His base already has been destroyed. And did they forget to play on full share? Not sure. His base exploded. So maybe they did. Although that says full share, I don't actually trust that. It's been wrong before. Nice play from Tagada. And overall, quite an even game for a long time. The proxies. The proxy wars. I mean, this proxy from Tagada is serious. You control Cade base. Are you sure though? Because his ACU died first. Before the... So I don't think so. I could be wrong. But no, that's a Seraphim mix. So I think it wasn't full share. Yeah, the proxy was amazing. From all the guys. I mean, there's proxy here on Tagada's main base. The proxy from Tagada here was the MVP though. This was insane. I mean, ridiculous. Castaway has his proxy here as well that actually managed to do damage on the main base and on this island back here and stuff. And somehow Castaway didn't die. His ACU is still here at the end of the game. How did he get away? He literally walked the whole way across the map to about here and then turned around and went back. Ridiculous. But overall, the longer the game goes on, I think usually if it stays even, the stronger player... Well, there's just specific moments where it paid off for Tagada, especially this attack here from Cod. He just pushed too far forward and lost a naval fight to strong units and, well, superior micro, I think, mainly. And from then on, I think the game was just very quickly downhill because Tagada just snowballed with that naval victory and all the reclaim he got from it. Vigna, do you think there's a Ganondorf unit in Subcom? In Smash Bros, Ganondorf is one of the worst characters with the pro and best characters with low tier players. Okay, worst with a pro and good at low tier. Feel like I'd have to watch more low-rated games. Let me think though. I mean, there's not much stuff that's terrible in the game anymore. Balance-wise. Worst for pros and good for low-rated. I don't think the Mercy fits that because Mercies are still like they are really good. I mean they're very hit and miss, but they're not terrible at a pro level. They have scenarios. Worst for the pro and good for low. T2 Arty maybe. Swackle would like a word with you. Maybe T2 Arty. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like not the ACU snipes. Not the ACU snipes. That's fair. How about I don't know, Ravagers? Like Ravagers are are very rarely used at a high level. TML snipes. Pros don't use TMLs at all, nor do they make TMD. But every second player seems to get TML sniped in at the lower level. Maybe I should open the unit database. TML is pretty much free, so why not build it? Pretty much free. You have some bespoke balance mod that you're using? Let's see. We're still pro level. OP. Low level. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. T1 subs? Everyone's spamming T1 subs at the low level. Probably, yeah, submarines maybe. Submarines might be a decent shout. People love subs. They love them. The idea that you can shoot a frigate and it can't shoot back at you just turns low rated players on. They're like, oh, so efficient. Oh, yes. This is the greatest unit. Blazes? No, blazes are fine. Nothing wrong with them. I also don't think they're particularly great for lower rated players either. Nothing's expensive if your bar is always full. Yeah, exactly. Everything's cheap until you're minus 300 mass. What do you think about Monkey Lord? Don't know, maybe, yeah. Maybe. It is bad at pro level, yeah, it's true. Well, yeah, it's not great, like, loses to a lot of stuff. But, yeah, at lower level, it's you can probably, yeah, it's definitely going to be stronger. Monkey Lord is a decent shout. Alright, that's it. Hit the like button, guys. I'm done here. That's enough casting for today. We might keep covering more of the 2v2 tournament. We shall see. But, yep, for now we're all good. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.